Alright, Sacred Valley, big artillery. This is the best tiering you can get for the WZ-131, so that's good at least. I still like going over in this area right here to spot their guys that come across here. I think that that's useful, at least in giving you some intel on what's going across. And then hopefully, you know, you just send enough to this area over here to hang on to it. But I like a lot of it, especially when you're playing light tanks. You kind of don't want to travel too far without checking what your team is doing. So it looks like a good number of your heavies are going north, so that's good. GTD-8s. I don't know, I've never actually come up here before. I don't know if this is actually good or not. I don't know what you can possibly spot up here is the thing.
It's a trap!
Well, they're already trying to counter battery or something. So you got 4 guys going one way, and then everyone else wants south. I don't like when teams go south on Sacred Valley. It's just such a tough place to play. They're already going to own the little donut in here, which is going to make things a little bit difficult.
It's a trap!
And then you have to be careful because you can get RD'd right on this corner as well. Run! Run! I don't know what this Cromwell's going, but... And you have to be careful because you can get RD'd right here, too. like that. Oh, the other one tried to hit you too. If you could have tried, I couldn't tell if you had the depression there, but you could have tracked that KV-4 on that upslope. Well, that was good. I mean, you guys took this area pretty darn well. Your team that went south kind of potatoed, but they sent a lot south too, so that's good. Hit the Cromwell. Yeah, the Indians going around the back. Yeah, good job. Team's just like not dealing damage. It's like they're in the right places to deal damage. They're just not dealing damage. Oh, you probably could have zoomed that. Would have been easier to make that. Yeah, still not too worried about the south. I don't know. Your guys can't deal. It's gonna be. You're gonna struggle against that KV-4 if he's at all angled. The IS-3 still has 1100 health. You guys are just melting on this side. I mean, you almost might want to just break through the middle, maybe get Artie, come back, because like you're not gonna be able to save that Tiger 2. I'm not even sure I would worry about the T-37 at this point. So, actually, yeah. No, because you're actually clearing the south reasonably well with your arty. Oh, with the jump. Oh.
It's a trap!
This is going to be a nice save of your dude. Oh. Oh! Oh, the Tiger P got killed. I think I would actually rather go south than north. I mean, KV4 and IS3 or Jumbo and T29. You can still split the middle too and go and kill the RD. They're all relatively slow, so you could probably get there.
It's a trap!
Nice. You could have just hid behind that building. But actually, I guess not, since... So that's kind of suggests that he's a little bit to the south side of the cap. I think that was the Crusader. Yeah, I would just get out of there. Go all the way west. Alright, presumably the KV4 is going into your base right now.
User was moved to your channel.
Yeah, it's still gonna be tough to kill the KV4. What's the heat pen on that? Is it 230? KV4's got a lot of spaced armor though.
It's a trap!
Oh, M12! Yeah, that was it. That was both of them. Yeah, that's good. So I would actually probably get out north and try to kill the RD. Let the IS-3 try to figure out where you are. Because really, the best thing that could happen is if, like, if you can kill RD and the IS-3 tries to cap or something.
User disconnected from your channel.
It's a trap!
Yeah, you gotta take a chance. Oh! Lol. Yeah, with a minute and a half, you can still kill the RD. Especially if the IS-3 leaves cap. Oh, don't go into the cap, yeah. No.
It's a trap!
Get him! Get him! Oh yeah. And then, I don't think you can cap, is the thing. He's chasing down your Hummel. Oh no! Run, Hummel! You have to go out there. Because you're never going to be able to cap, and he's going to catch up to the Hummel. Oh, maybe he won't. Maybe the Hummel will make it. Maybe? Yeah, there's no way the Hummel's gonna make it. No! No, don't stop, Hummel! No, Hummel, don't! Don't do it! Oh, Hummel. Let's see, 38 seconds. Be close. Well, Hummel's problem is that he turned around to shoot at the IS-3. I'm gonna get closer to the house. No, closer to.
It's a trap!
He's going. Ah! Oh, so close. Oh damn it! I didn't stop it in time. I thought that was fine. I actually thought you guys were gonna win up here because you guys actually did a really good job of controlling this area. And then once it became apparent that your dudes were just trading poorly over here, like pretty much after you killed the Indian, you bailed, and I think that was probably the right thing to do. And those guys were just gonna die to these guys over here. You guys actually did a pretty good job on the south. Unfortunately, your JT-88 got bombed out in the base. I felt like there was this period of time where you could have gone through the middle after their artillery, but I don't know that would have changed the game early on. I don't. We'd have to look and see at what their already did for damage because I don't actually even remember. Yeah, they already didn't really do anything, so I guess it wasn't really that big of a deal. Oh my, just so many people in base. Yeah, the only other thing I would say is if you were a little bit closer to that house, force him to drive through it, and then you can, because when he drives through it, he has to go over the rubble, and you can basically turret break him. That's the only thing. Like I don't think you were gaining anything from being far away from the house. So close though. I thought you had it. The other thing is maybe what I was thinking was when the Hummel was still running towards you that you could have chased after the IS-3, but I don't think that would have worked out that well either. But that was the only other thing that I could think of. Because I actually thought the IS-3 was going to catch the Hummel on that first straightaway, and then when he didn't, the Hummel could have actually gotten away, but the Hummel stopped and turned around, and it was just like, oh. But GG, very entertaining. Very sad that you lost. Yeah, like if the Hummel had just run away, just even in the opposite direction and taken the IS-3 away in the other direction, like that's a win. But dumbs the brakes. Nice try, Carbon. Alright, next is Bat Chat on Highway? Is that what it is? Yeah, looks like Highway.
User left your channel.
Alright, Bat Chat on Highway North. I almost never go field. Occasionally, if you want, you can push bridge, but I don't really feel like that's that great of a play for a bat either. Usually what I'll do in most mediums is I'll knock down everything on the cap because you don't really need to be anywhere too fast. And then make sure that you clear out this area and then just come back. at least one of your lights will probably go field, which will give you an idea of what ends up out there. Knock over stuff! Knock over stuff! I mean, if you're driving through the cap anyways. Okay, yeah, so if you push this way, you have to be careful. There's a building right there that's relatively safe, but if you're there, you don't really get very good spots. You want to come up to these bushes in A1 if you can get there. You can also play this midline area over here, and that's pretty good because it's pretty sheltered from direct fire, but already can still shoot at you. Like, oops. Like, see this bush right next to this tree, or you go up a little bit more on this side. I wouldn't even. No!
It's a trap!
Don't waste the clippage. Because now you only have 4 shells, and if you run into him up here, you're not going to be able to get a little haircut there. Yeah, that's not a very high percentage shot either. You got 2 guys behind you, and you're already just missed.
It's a trap!
Lol. You might as well get out of there. The Artie's going to be reloaded fairly soon. It's like the things that you light, you don't really have that much there to shoot at it, other than your one Artie that just missed. Did it crash? Oh. No, you just stopped there. Yeah, so you're kind of trickling across the field, which is not really how you want to see it. You don't really have anybody down here to shoot at any of these guys. And again, you can light these guys here, but, you know, I mean, you're not really getting that good of shots for your team. And these shots that you're taking in the bat, they're a little bit long range for what the bat is capable of. You can push this guy a little bit. You got to be careful of the guy that's right there. Yeah, see, like this T-30, that's good shots. That's good shooting. Oh, you might as well take your time, especially when he's not looking at you like that. If you can track him up there, then brilliant. I think you ought to get out of here. I think they have too much. If they wanted to push you, or if they want to push you, they can. You guys have reasonably good position in town. There's nobody really guarding that 9 line. And that's why I don't really like going field in mediums from the north side. It's just, it's a little bit too easy for them to defend it. And then you have to be careful going through middle because you don't have anybody in the middle, so they could potentially spot you if they have anybody pushed forward into this town area. Oh, so you're taking the bridge. See, like this bridge area is good early when they haven't moved up yet, but see how they're already. Wow, that was like that snap. But see how they're already moving up. So then now the bridge area becomes a little bit irrelevant, unless their T-30 is still there. Let it aim all the way in, or snapshot it. And this area can also get shots on that T-54 right there. Although apparently that's not a problem. And then don't forget the AT-15 is still there. Your guys are losing in town though, pretty badly. And you got your FV-4202 still over here. And the T-49 is a pretty big threat to you, so I would keep an eye out for that. But you have to either go back or make something happen here.
It's a trap!
It's unlikely that the artillery is looking this way right now. And then you're clipping, so you might as well just completely leave, because you're going to have to go back to the base anyways. So just leave entirely. Oh my god. It's like, a lot of times when you're clipping, use that time to transit to someplace. Like one of the strengths of the bat chat is because it's really fast, it allows you to relocate. So like you could get up underneath these guys pretty easily.
It's a trap!
And your base is probably going to die either way. You're actually probably better off trying to cap fast. They don't really have that fast of a team other than the bat chat. So it seems unlikely that they could get back in time. Like if you and the 4202 and the WZ-120 pushed in. I don't think you might get kept out before then, but I can't see you taking on that much armor on your own cap. Like if they come onto the cap from the west, it's really easy to defend it from the east. But if they come onto the cap from the east, it's not really that easy to defend it from the west. Although your bat chat is out there. Yeah, most of the buildings are down. You want to be careful not to overextend here. At this point, you just want them to drive into the cap. Like that's pretty much the best thing that you can hope for. Looks like their IS-4 went back.
It's a trap!
Oh no! Make these two count. Oh, make it count. That's the difference between, I guess, one shot of damage and no shots of damage. And you're loading a partial clip right now, which is why you should always carry all APCR in these games. Just the heat shells are far too unreliable. So their M53, 55 moved up. Their guys went back to clear out the base, which is good for them. We haven't seen their bat chat yet, so the bat chat will probably come sweeping back through here. You want to be in a position a little bit higher where you can spot something on its way in, not when it's already coming over, because you want to be able to get at least a free shot of damage on something. Yeah, but like even if these guys spot something, you're not in a position to shoot it, and that's the thing. You can go up here, right there, and be in a position to spot and shoot, like where that WZ-120 is. You don't necessarily want to go down in there. And like you can also spot across this open field because maybe they'll be lazy and just drive straight across. And you've also got nothing spotting on this side. So the IS-4 went here. You should probably try to get over here if you can. And then hope that they're, Oh, look at that long range. No, don't waste it. Because you've got that IS-4 still has 2,000 health. That's gonna be, and that's gonna be the guy that you're gonna have the most shots at. Get all the way out to the no. Get all the way out to the A line. Oh no! You can back up and camo snipe through the bush on the left.
It's a trap!
Lol.
It's a trap!
53, 55 is still going to be in the same general area. The IS-4 is moving to intercept. There's nothing that you can do about that. I actually think you probably would have been better off going back east, but you should be able to get away here. The AT-15 is going to be up here someplace. Yeah, actually, you know what? Push the AT-15 and go to cap. Although they're going to have 2 on cap, though, so that's kind of blows that idea. Taunt the enemy and get them to come after you.
It's a trap!
Yes. Lol. Let's make it count. You can auto-aim. Auto-aim is your friend. Reload! Oh, man. Ram him.
It's a trap!
Why did you drive into his gun? Ah. Yeah. So, anyways, so you went field. You didn't really have a whole lot of your team out there, and I just don't feel like you were super effective. You went over here and you spotted some guys. You think you got 1 shot of damage on the T-54. You took some bad shots on the 1390, and there wasn't a whole lot going on there until that T-30 pushed over the ridge, and then you got a good clip. In the meantime, your team was slowly losing on the other side. They actually committed a decent amount of their forces to this side. So I didn't really feel like it was going to be fruitful, especially once you identified that the T-54E1 was back there, and the T-30 was back there, and the T-49 was back there, and the AT-15 was back there. You're better off going to the side with weaker tanks, per se. Your team didn't trade very well over here, but maybe you could have made the difference. And especially like after you clip, you clipped at least twice over on this side, where that's a 35-second endeavor. Or longer. I forget the clip time exactly, but you know what I mean. So in that time, a lot of times if you're gonna clip up with a bat chat, just go ahead and relocate, and then if you really want, if your team is kicking ass over on the side, you can stay on that side. But if it's not, use that time that you're clipping to actually go someplace to relocate someplace, and that's usually ends up being better than kind of hanging out and hoping that you can. Get some shots on those guys that were in on that west side. Alright, so if we look at the stats, yes, your town guys did really poorly. Like this FE42 was out in the field with you. This is the RD, and then this WZ-120 was out in the field with you, I think. Yeah. And then the rest of your... Only one guy in the city, or I guess 2 guys in the city cleared 1K. But, yeah, not bad. Overall, you did pretty well with your shot efficiencies with the clip. I think that first clip was a little careless, or what's the word I'm looking for? Wishful. Like you're like, oh man, I hope this hits. But otherwise, I thought you were pretty efficient with the clips. I wouldn't carry any heat. I can't ever, you run out of shells in the bat chat a lot, and carrying heat in pub matches is you almost never need it. It almost always bites you in the rear more than it helps you. Like how you had a fractional clip at the end, right? You had to use the heat clip, and then you had another 2 shots of AP. CR. So yeah, I try to avoid heat altogether for pubs. Like you can carry a clip of heat for clan wars or whatever organized stuff, depending on what your map strategy is, but I wouldn't necessarily keep it for pubs. GG though. If you had a little bit more out of your town side, then you might have been able to do that. It's a minimap mod. I use Locustan's minimap, so you just press a button and it zooms. They added that functionality to the XVM minimap as well, so you can use it through XVM. No, I don't think that the missed shots adds up to more than the remaining health. Or at least, you're never, well, you're very rarely ever going to be 100% efficient with the bat. I think what you're looking for is, like, there has to be some threshold in your brain where you're just like, this is a good shot or this is a bad shot. And you want to start, or this is a hope shot, or this is a pretty good guaranteed to hit shot, or unless you really need that shot, like that shot that you took at that 1390, the first shot that you took, that was a hope shot, and you didn't need that shot in order to clutch the game. You were just like, oh, I'm gonna take this shot, right? And so when you're playing the bat chat like that, there are a few tanks like this where you actually have to ration the shells, and the bat chat is one of them for two reasons: because it only holds 30 shells, but also because the clips, holds 5 shells in a clip, and you don't want to go the rest of the way and run into something else and only have 4 out of 5 shells in your clip and not be able to clip something else. That bounce on that Tiger 2 was also pretty bad, though. Just, you could have taken your time and just killed that guy. Alrighty, so let's see. Mines in a Patton. You got a good hill comp. So especially like in a Patton where you're not going to be first up, I like to drive straight there and then be on this line right here where you can shoot up into here, because their guys will cross in front of you. They basically added slight indentations to both sides, one on this side and one on this side, but you do get some pretty good shots as they start to crest near the top of this hill, as long as you have the line through there. So I'll definitely look to do that. And then that way, like, I'll do that even if I don't have the comp for the hill. If I don't have a comp for the hill, I'll still go there. I'll just take that free shot, and then I'll just bail out and do something else. So, like, a little bit more to your right, like almost where this, halfway between where you and this T-54 is, and then the line is right here. And then if you push a lot of guys up there, like I don't feel the need to push up here as well. Like if we get a lot of guys on the hill, and then you have to be careful where you're at, because that's actually kind of a vulnerable spot. There's an IS-7 underneath. That was a nice shot. Don't back up so much. Because see how you're backing up here? You're giving yourself the waffle's going to be loaded right about now. They're sending some guys around this side, but that's not really too big of a deal. You guys have the hill. Their guys backed off on this side, so you could actually go up on the hill if you want. That'll give you better shots on the waffle. You're not going to really get a whole lot where you're at right now. Oh, critical hit. IS-7's back. The IS-7 shot at your buddy. So they have a 5100 on the island. You can still take hill if you wanted. That I-7 backed off again. Your team is pushing around on that east, which is not necessarily a bad play. Lol, E50. Yeah, I don't know. Like their waffle isn't really doing anything. It's not like he's punishing your team. Your guys are doing stuff over there on the east. And especially since there's like rocks over here that allow you to go over here and be protected from the base now. They have that E100 over here that you get light. Lol, and one of their arty is down. That's a good sign. And their T95 is over here. Oh no, wait a minute. What is this over here? JPE is over here. Oh no, wait a minute. What the hell is that? 1, 2, 3. Oh, I guess the waffle moved. Yeah. Too much waiting. Look. Stuff is going on. Yeah, I still feel like hill would have been the better play than coming down. I mean, you have the gun depression. Look out for that E100.
It's a trap!
Man, you can still take the hill against these guys and see how they've backed off of this area over here. That allows you to spot a lot of these things because you won't get proxy spotted. Like I don't feel like this is a good place for a medium. You never want to be in a medium basically trying to poke around corners at heavies. It's just far too difficult to leverage that into anything. They're starting to push your island.
It's a trap!
There are Indians over on this side now.
It's a trap!
Shoot under your T95. Do it!
We didn't penetrate their armor. Penetration. That one didn't go through.
Oh man, your T95 is just backing off here. Lol.
We didn't even scratch them. Enemy is hit.
Alright, 7's probably a greater threat. Your T95's backing off. Oh! You could have waited a little longer for your reticle to get over into the right place. Careful, you can get hit by arty.
Target acquired. Enemy armor is hit.
He shot, he shot, he shot. No! Kill him! Kill him! No, aim and kill him!
Let's find another target.
Alright, that works. Oh man, their T95 is there. You can hit their T95. T95 is not facing you either. They got a dude on your cap. The JPE is facing you. Sort of. Not big. It's like a, see where your T-54 is? Like, shooting these guys in the ass. You could be over there. Switch to AP, yeah.
Permission to engage.
Waffle's coming.
Enemy armor is destroyed.
Waffle! Waffle! Oh lol. The 346 roll, it's like, no. JB just shot the ground.
Ready to fire.
That was a good auto aim. You should still get out of there though. You can get that 1375. He's gonna push your...
It's a trap!
Oh no, wait a minute, he's not. You got lit by the JPE. Oh, nice.
Permission to engage. Enemy armor.
No, don't. No, I was gonna say, you don't want to break that line that you're at. Just drive straight at the house and then just hope that the bat chat misses. Yeah, I really felt like you sat behind this rock a little bit too long, waiting for a guy who wasn't really hurting your team. That waffle was sitting back there and not really doing anything. I don't think this is gonna end well. Lol. Yeah, so you were sitting back here and waiting for that waffle when you could have gone up here. And then, especially once you saw you guys pushing around this way, right, and your guys were pushing up here up top, I still think that it would have been better off going over here. If you were in a heavy coming around to here, it would be fine, but in a medium, you were just outclassed over here. They had more weight, they had more armor, they had better guns. It was difficult to deal damage through there. But otherwise, even when that happened, when you went over there initially, there was that point where it was you, the T-95, the IS-7, and their E-100 was still coming around this rock. And at that point, you could have just left and come back around this side. Because eventually, what happened is they pushed up over here with the Indian and some other tanks that they had, and that's what really screwed your guys up top over here eventually. Otherwise, I actually thought that you probably could have had it. And so if we look at the stats, nicely done. Oh man, your bat chat. I didn't see how the bat chat died, but your E50M got hit by Artie. So they changed the they changed this area right here. It used to be basically this whole line was safe right here. Now it's basically this very narrow area right here. But if you really want to be safe, as long as you control the 5 line, you actually want to be on this flat area right here. And that typically will allow you to be completely already safe from any shots. You don't want to be stuck out here. Oh, I just realized that nobody can see that because the stupid Firefox is up. So anyways, what I was saying is that they changed this because it used to be really already safe to hang out on this line right here. And then they basically, there's the one little bit of tall rock right there, but if you move too far back over here, it's really easy to hit. And if the arty moves up a little bit, it's actually easy to hit into this window right here, or most of it anyways. So you want to be all the way at the front over here, or even better, if you control this 5 line, like when their IS-7 backed off, be on this area right here, because this area right here is 100% safe from arty. I suppose, unless they get an arty, you know, out here. But if they have an arty out here, you're probably screwed. Alright, let's see. But otherwise, pretty good. I mean, you did have some bounces at the end, but some of those were tough shots, like on the E100 turret face. GG though, nice try. You can make fun of your teammates for throwing the game. That's the one comfort that I have.